The national parks have been called America's best idea. Over 400 sites across the country, representing America's diverse landscapes and people. From canyons and mountains to battlefields, historic buildings, and monuments. The properties overseen by the National Park Service represent our culture and heritage. National parks belong to all Americans, but not everyone visits them. America is increasingly diverse. We'll be majority non-white by 2044. But the population visiting parks and participating in outdoor recreation and conservation is mostly white. People of color represent only 22% of national park visitors. The National Park Service and its partners know that preserving natural and historic treasures depends on making them more relevant and accessible for a changing American population. This is where CORS can play a role. Supported by the CORE network, there are over 135 youth service and conservation corps across the country. Every year, these programs engage 25,000 youth and recent veterans in service projects that improve communities and parks. Today's corps are based on the Civilian Conservation Corps, a federal government program that put 3 million young men to work on public lands during the Great Depression. Over the course of 9 years, the CCC planted nearly 3 billion trees and transformed America's parks. Modern corps, most of which are nonprofits or state-operated, are capable of completing a wide range of projects, including building trails, removing invasive species and restoring habitats, preserving historic structures, constructing new parks and green spaces, even fighting wildfires. Some corps partner with the National Park Service on projects at iconic parks, while some corps work with city governments to make urban areas sustainable. The diversity of projects corps complete is only matched by the diversity of the young people who serve in corps or corps members. The opportunity to learn useful job skills and work on meaningful projects attracts all sorts of young people with different abilities, life circumstances, and backgrounds. By having a tangible impact on public lands, corps members develop a sense of responsibility for the preservation of our environment, history, and communities. Over the course of their service, which usually lasts from a few months to a year, young people develop the skills for careers in resource management. Today's corps members are tomorrow's more diverse generation of conservationists and preservationists. Let's look at some specific examples of how corps across the country make sustainability relevant and accessible.
My name is Andrew Lewis. I am the team leader for our Urban Farm Corps team, also alumni of Green City Force. This is our Red Hook farm located in the Red Hook houses in Brooklyn. This is our 4th season that we have the farm up and running. The reason why we built this farm is because this area was a food desert. There was high rates of obesity, high rates of asthma, and this area that we have here was just an empty abandoned lot with a lot of drug activity. We decided to build this farm, to bring more beautification to the community and, just bring fresh produce to the residents.
My name is Christopher Escoboza. I saw Green City Force. I gave it a try. It was way different than I expected. I would never expect us to build a farm from scratch. So it'd be really cool, like one day if I have kids, I'll be like, you guys, I built that for them. I had to do that for them. I would have never thought I'd be a farmer in New York City, basically. What are you? I'm a farmer in the city. Like, a farmer in the city? Yes, I am. I probably admit that. And we're making a difference because, it's a community. It's basically a community. We bring ourselves together, and I never did that before. So it's really cool trying out new things. I thought collard greens was one type of collard green. I know kale had different types of variation. We have dino kale, we have California kale. I'm learning a lot about plants as well, so it's a brand new field that I'm really welcomed into. Like, it feels good. Instead of being nervous, like, oh, I've never done this before, they basically guided me to like what I am today. Like, I'm still in training and everything, but I feel way like a better version of me than I was like 5 months ago when I joined this cohort. So it's like, oh wait, I didn't know being green is cool. It's pretty good, you know?
My name is Kadar. I'm from Brooklyn, currently in Brownsville, making huge developments. The fact that I'm really passionate about cooking and everything. So once I seen the farm, it opened my eyes basically. The fact that I can actually cook and grow what I cook at the same time just was astounding to me. That's what made me join the program. Being in the program is phenomenal. Just being in a group around my generation and we actually doing something, it makes it even better. For right now, I'm playing the leadership role as a farm facilitator. What I do is basically manage the farm, walk around, look for any signs of pest infestations or discoloration in leaves. When I joined the program, they actually taught me about conservation. So this actually brung out the inner conservation in me, I should say.
My name is Robert. I really like the whole saving the earth. This program has really changed my views on the world and how everybody can chip in to help save the world.
Normally when I wake up in the morning, I just don't care about life. Now when I wake up, it's like, you know what? It's 5 in the morning. I got some plants to water, you know? Feels pretty good. It gives me something to do as well too, and I'm not bored of this at all. I actually enjoy coming to something that I'm building. You know, I'm building greatness basically, and I want to share the greatness.
My name is Jimmy Roberts. My whole role is to have these guys learning conservation work. All these trees that you see here in the background is all trees that are eventually going to end up in Montgomery County parks. Obviously, we need trees. We dig the holes, we fill it up with rocks for drainage. After we do that, we sit pots inside. We sit the trees in the pots, and we set up this hose so that way it will water themselves basically with a touch of a button.
My name is Adam Angel, the program manager for the Montgomery County Conservation Corps. So the Corps members they're coming from all over Montgomery County. They're young people that have had challenges in family issues, or housing instability is a big issue. So what we do is providing that GED service for young people that have withdrawn from school, and then we combine that with the apprenticeship model, which you see in the green workforce, where they get a lot of career exploration in the green fields. Why this works is a couple of things. One is conservation seems to be this something separate from them. Once they actually do it, they feel connected to it because they understand immediately what they're doing is good and positive. When you're in the nature, you automatically feel better. That's something that all young people come back, you know what, I feel good today. You know, I got a workout, I feel good around the trees. There's proven data that talks about this stuff is good for your mental health, this stuff is good for even cancer, fighting cancer. But they don't know that, they just know that when they're there, they're happy.
My name is Diamante Rodriguez. Before the program, I was in DC. What made me interested was because in DC right now, it's not all that good. So it was either me being in a bad environment or being in a good environment. We actually live in this environment. So if you treat it wrong, it treats us wrong. At the end of the day, I was taught this so I can teach it on to newer students or my children or anything, just to keep the environment safe and healthy for us and for the future.
My name is Jordan Cobbs. Before this program, I was an average student in Montgomery County Public Schools. So I came here and I realized, it's a nice place to be. Got straight to work. You probably walk in the forest and you probably see a path You ain't even know we built the path. I didn't even think about the nature, natural habitat. But now I see the hard work that gets put into it. Makes me respect it a little more.
My name is Nico. I want to say, I guess you don't really realize how important, taking care of the environment is when you live in a city, because you don't really have all the grass and all the greens and everything like that. But I mean, just coming out here, it really just, it's something precious. I don't know, it's just beautiful. That's all I can say. It's definitely a good feeling coming out here doing the small deeds that we do. Feeling like I'm making a small difference in the world. People may not realize it, but the environment, we definitely have to take care of this. And for a lot of us, I want to say this is a second chance, honestly. This is a chance to change our life around, just an opportunity.
Learn new things that I never learned, like building, working on machines I never used, just a lot. My goals was to learn something new every day that I can move forward with and teach other people. And my goal was to work hard every day, put in 110%. Worked on windows, masonry, and maintaining grass, and cutting the bushes, so a lot of lawn work and stuff. It helped me gain more knowledge to what the Park Service was doing, so when they were doing windows, I already knew how to do windows because the core and masonry work, so it helped me. But when I came to the park too, they even taught me more, so I was still learning. Yes, it made me respect nature more and more historical, because it's very important in knowing that I put in my effort to help out. It's a good feeling. It's a very good learning experience. You will learn a lot, and you'll just gain a lot of insights on like how to use machines, like glazing windows. I never knew how to glaze a window at all. Now I just feel like I glaze every window. I'm a maintenance worker. We still work on windows. I do staining. It's just a lot. Like, if anything, they put me on a project, we'll do it. I think I will probably still be helping churches out with, so it's called small things, but to me it's like big, like helping feed the homeless and all that. My goal is to keep learning and building up so I can pass it down to like younger kids too, to help them out, to grow more outside activities. Because a lot of kids nowadays just use the internet for everything. And I see myself with the Park Service for a long time. Having other kids that's in it talk to the younger kids and just trying to get their attention to how important it is to help out.